Hi guys, and welcome to Love Yourself to Success podcast. I'm your host Aaliyah.
And I'm Chanel.
And we'll be discussing all things self-love related.
We'll be discussing unselfish self-love,
healing practices,
deep wisdom,
empowerment,
universal concepts,
manifestation,
mindset shift,
boundaries,
and communication,
reinvention,
and real deep truths.
This is self-love redefined.
And also, like what I was saying to you earlier, we want to be like in that place where we're not constantly actually just taking in programs.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like you want to do your research, but don't bombard yourself, and also be mindful of sometimes what programs are running within you. Even when it does come to repositioning, a lot of people sometimes feel apprehensive about it because they think, oh, it's a lot. They don't want to step out their comfort zone. You know, like, or it can seem daunting. You might not have faith and belief in yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Which is really why you have to do that energetic work first.
Yeah, and deprogram certain things out of your mind. Where do those doubts come from? Are you hanging around people that are not necessarily good for you? Do the people around you support you? You know, be around like-minded people that are not necessarily doing what you're doing, but understand that they're people that want growth. They're people that want to excel. They're people that do business. They're people that are ethical. They're people that fit in with your moral compass, and also people that are definitely hang out with people that are even surpassed you, or hang out with people that you want to attain to be more in their lane. Do you know what I mean? Because that changes.
And I think as well, like, given that we obviously are in lockdown or tears or who knows, I can't even keep up, but if you can't physically be around those people, look for, little groups, look for members groups. And there's so many different ways. You can go on LinkedIn, if it's professional business, you can go on LinkedIn, search, grow your network on LinkedIn, message people, same for Instagram, go onto a live, that might be a way of you connecting with somebody who you feel like, surpass you in certain ways, and people who you'd want to talk to or communicate with, send a DM. Do you know what I mean? You just don't know. And it's like, even for me and Chanel personally, with Love Yourself to Success, when we look at guests who we want to talk to, who we want to be around. Do you know what I mean? Like, and we will go out of our way and message someone who we have never spoken to before. You might get ignored, you might get a good response, but either way, it's what will be. You've
got to take some risks.
Yeah,
sometimes.
and like Telegram's got a lot of groups. I'm trying to think where else has like Facebook groups. I don't really like Facebook, but Facebook groups. So what I'm saying is, even if you can't physically be around certain people, like shout out to Dope Black Women podcast. They did a virtual sleepover the other day. That was dope. Such a great, amazing idea. And it was hosted by Rashan, who's previously been on the podcast. And it was cute. And that was women who were connecting with each other. And that's during lockdown. So there are different ways. And if there's not something out there that you would like to engage in, maybe create it yourself. Why not? You've got nothing. Or approach someone and say, like, if you don't feel like you have the right platform to create something that you would personally want to be a part of, like Chanel said, partner, message a brand or a podcast, message different people and say, look, I have this idea, I don't feel like I'm in a position to execute, I don't have the confidence to execute, or blah 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 blah, or the resources, but I would like to be involved in some way, but could we utilize your platform for this? Do you know what I mean? So there's even online based, while we still have access to the internet, because who knows what's going to happen, we might not have internet for a while, which I think it won't necessarily be a bad thing for some people.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people will be ripping their hair out.
A lot of people. I would more panic because I communicate, especially when we're not around our loved ones every day or can't easily access. I would more go into panic of I can't communicate. That's probably the only reason why I would be stressed about not having internet. Outside of that, I feel like whatever, pick up my book.
Also, a little side note, keep a torch with you in your house,
like,
and some cash.
Yeah, I mean, so me and Chanel are going to try and hopefully do some survival things, just some survival tips. I feel like that's where we're at. Do you know what I mean? It really is where we're at. And I'm sorry if it's news for you. You need to just wake up. Yeah, but survival tips. Make sure you got candles. Make sure you got water. Do you know how to start a fire? I don't.
Well, learn though.
Learn. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Do you know how to grow plants and grow food and stuff like like that. So I feel like,
do you know how to be self-sustainable?
Exactly. So again, it's like what Chanel was saying, diversifying your mind, expanding your mind, thinking about things that you would have never thought about. Because I'm not gonna lie, if 2020 didn't really hit, I wouldn't be thinking so deep into like self-sustainability. Honestly, I wouldn't. I'd be distracted by where am I going to fly to next? I'm going to visit Mali. I want to do this. And, do you know what I mean? And it's okay. Like, we've all been a part of that process. But again, it's about unlearning now and thinking about and focusing on what actually really matters.
And also, it's never too late. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. I don't care if you're 15. I've seen little kids out here doing crazy stuff at 13 years old. People completely reinventing and repositioning. And even just self-reflection and really learning some deep things about themselves and their truth at really mature ages.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? So it's never too late to step into your greatness.
100%.
To level up, to change something you don't like about yourself, whether that's emotionally, mentally, physically, health, anything. Anything. Like, if there's things you don't like about your character, if you're a person, you live in fear, you're suffering anxiety, depression, I know there's a lot of people who commit suicide right now, do you know what I mean? Sorry to sound grim, do you know what I mean? But honestly, like, there's people that are not coping with certain things that are happening. And it really is really important to sit down with yourself.
100%.
And talk to yourself and really listen to what you want.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to be dope. Yeah. Like, this is the time, like, I feel like now is the time to seize your destiny, to find that. Even if you've got no idea what you want to do, like we always say as well, go and learn. Go and learn 100%. Something, try different things. Do you know what I mean? But it is really about understanding that the world is changing.
And you have to be willing to put in the work.
And anyone who doesn't understand that, it's just hard times. It's going to be hard times. Do you know what I mean? And I can't really express that enough without saying loads, because honestly, certain things I'm over talking about. Do you know what I mean? Because, there was a while ago, I was on Facebook talking the most knowledge and this and that. And then I just thought, I can't bother, because people weren't really there.
And I also feel like when you're mentally 3 steps ahead, like we're already, mentally for me, I'm already in 2021. 2020 was long done. When I executed certain things, I was like, cool. Now it's time to prepare myself. Once you start preparing yourself for a particular time, you're already mentally in that time. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you're into manifesting and visualization. So for me personally, I'm already in 2021, and I'm just willing to ride the wave. Do you know what I mean? Might fall over a couple of times, as long as I don't drown, it's all good. It's all right. And I didn't drown this year, so that's what I'm saying. I feel like even if you feel like you haven't done much this year because you feel like you've been limited, like, again, it's like letting go of that slavery mindset, that limited mindset. Do you know what I mean? Because anything is possible. I'm not being funny. If there can be a virus that causes people, or government tell people to wear masks and you can't leave their house, I'm sorry, if that's possible, anything you want to achieve is possible. Because I'm telling you now, what they have achieved, to be honest, like what they've achieved, it's been interesting to watch. It's been like a show. Do you know what I mean?
You have to give them some.
You got to get you got
to their dedication,
and commitment to just disrupting life as we know it. Do you know what I mean? So if they're capable of doing that, and they're a small amount of people, imagine what your contribution to your life can do, and then imagine what your contribution can do for others as well. Do you know what I mean?
People don't realise that they run things. Like, y'all run things. Like, you guys are being caught in glamour, in a spell. That's how I want to put it, because with media pushing out all these things, they know exactly what they're doing. They know that everything you see goes into your subconscious and affects what you do. They're not slow. Do you know what I mean? So we have to really realize that the power is within
ourselves.
100%. Do you know what I mean? Especially as a collective, and the more and more people that actually come together and start educating themselves and linking up in the right way, shit will change tomorrow. And do you know what I mean? Like, we have the say. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we are the ones that keep it running. We make the money. We keep the economy going. What we do affects day to day. And government, by the way, doesn't run you, and it's also a corporation. It's a do your research. Do you know what I mean? Like, and these people that are running us. So when they're telling you can't work and all this stuff and affecting your business, your livelihood, you really do just need to think. Take them out of it. If you're not doing enough to break the law, And not be funny, COVID laws are not law.
It's not
they're
law,
legislation.
Yeah.
So just go look it up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a difference. You know, so you just got to know your rights, especially if you are a business. Do you know what I mean? Know your rights and know what you're looking to do and how you're looking to be affected by this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
100%.
mean? Because repositioning can even be that you have a business or you have something that you're already working on, and maybe you just need to take it to the next level. Maybe you need to, you know,
or maybe
grow your business bigger. Maybe
Yeah.
you want to diversify. Maybe you just want to find better ways of
or maybe you want to dissolve it, and maybe you want to sell up
and start something new, just like
completely new
different.
and have no connection to what you was previously doing.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like literally anything can be possible. Like, here's a little scenario. I've got a group chat. Shout out to my posse, you know who you are. And they were saying how they're in another group chat, which is like a members group where they talk about different things like financial stuff, trading, And there was a girl who watched The Secret for the first time. She watched The Secret, recently been like learning how to visualize, manifest, although I don't quite like, anyway, whatever, can't bother to get into that whole thing. But anyway, she watched Secret, visualizing, Cut long story short, she visualized her making a certain amount of money, and she then played the lottery a few times, and she won the lottery, like, this was like yesterday, and she won £114,000.
Lovely.
Do you know what I mean?
Lovely.
So it's like, but kind of where I'm going with this is like, even the planetary alignments that are happening like right now, like especially in this last month of the year, are powerful. So it's like even spiritually, and what's happening in the galaxy is the perfect time for you to you know, manifest, make notes, start planting seeds. And also, just if you didn't know this, like your government, and I'm going to say your government because it ain't my government, your corporation that tells you to do things,
they're on company's house, anyway,
yeah, your corporation, they also work with planetary alignments, if you didn't know that. Do you know what I mean? A lot of wealthy people, especially I know a lot of Jewish people as well, like a lot of Jewish accountants, different cultures and different people, that a lot of them use astrology for when they make certain plans, when they start their business. Do you know what I mean? Like, even my friend the other day, she launched her business on the 11th of the 11th. Very powerful portal. Why 100%. Not? Do you know what I mean? So it is really, again, educating yourself on, even if it's not something you're necessarily interested in, there is some meaning and truth to it, especially when that's exactly what your government uses. Do you know what I mean? So again, there's a lot of unlearning to be done, but I think for me personally, you need to just be honest with yourself and say, okay, look, have I worked on myself this year, emotionally, physically, financially? Have I healed? Have I done what I need to do? If the answer to that is yes, then your focus should be, okay, business, repositioning. That might mean moving, that might mean changing your hair, that might mean getting a new job, that might mean whatever it is, getting healthier. But I also think, if the answer to that question is no, then the focus should be purely on self, which is a process. It's not easy.
I would personally recommend trying to do both right now, because even though I say take your time, you know, you do want to take your time in terms of going at your pace, but at the same time, the world isn't slowing down. If anything, I feel like things are going faster.
Yeah, very
do you know
true.
what I mean? So it's like, don't rip your hair out, but at the same time, we move in it, you know, and the world is changing. So it's kind of like, do it or just do. It's like, if it's at a point, it's like, if you don't change, it's like, how can you not? How can you not when there's so many changes happening externally? Do you know what I mean? And yes, we say that, you know, we don't want to we'll teach that our environment shouldn't affect us too much, and we can change our environment if something is not working for us. But there are certain things that happen environmentally that are just going to affect everyone. It just is what it is. You know?
No, 100%. 100%.
It's a lot, man. You know, but yeah, we need to just be the change we want to see. Do you know what I mean? Really be honest with self about what it is you want, and also really what you need. Because a lot of times the things you think you need, that needs, be real with yourself in terms of when you're planning your repositioning. Is really just knowing, all right, I'd like this, I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that, I'd like to have holidays, have a Birkin bag or whatever. You know what I mean? But in the end of the day, it's kind of like, well, starting off with what you need actually really makes it a lot easier and simplifies things for you. Do you know what I mean? You know, thinking about the things that you can live without, the things that your core needs, and then expand from there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes we want too much, we're just doing the most, and some things are just unattainable right now.
They really
do you
are.
know what I mean? And they're just waste of your time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really just be thinking about, what do we need?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And just move with that. That's
Yeah.
the best thing you can do, rather than just getting caught up in the hype. I can't believe I still see some people talking about certain things and looking into certain things. Like, I'm not fully judging because I don't really care.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be in a year?
On the surface.
From now?
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people are still riding the surface.
yeah, I'm like, it worries me, man.
Yeah.
I can't lie. But at the same time, everyone does have their own life to live. You know,
100%.
we've all got our own experiences to have. It's all our own personal journey.
Yeah.
So,
And I definitely, like I said, I have a lot of faith in humanity, surprisingly. Though I see a lot of BS every day. But like, I do have faith in humanity, and I do have faith in the light workers that are doing their purpose work. Do you know what I mean? And focus on themselves to help raise the collective vibration, which will essentially affect how we live our life. Do you know what I mean? And creating the normal that we want to live, not the normal that's being forced upon us.
you have that choice.
Yeah, 100%.
But that choice does come with certain level of responsibility.
Yes.
And I feel like if you are a person that actually is thinking about your freedom right now, like the freedom to do what you want, the freedom to work, the freedom to walk out the door and breathe air as you feel to, who you want to be around, you know, all these things, then, you know, you do want to really be realistic with what's happening right now.
100%.
Whereas if you're a person that's not thinking about that, then you are the kind of person who is going to just be governed into whatever they want to govern you into.
And potentially just be stagnant. You know, you might find it difficult to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. And in all honesty, if you are one of those people that feel like you're just being governed and, you know, not really doing any primary research and coming to your own conclusions, you will be quite limited in what you can and can't do. Do you know what I mean? And you will be living your life at a lower vibration. So naturally things are going to move slower for you.
And there is a price to pay, whether you believe it or not, by just allowing the government to do what they want to do. And I'm not talking like as a radicalist or saying like do anything crazy or riot. No, that shit's happening anyway. Do you know what I mean? But I'm saying that there is a deep level of personal responsibility that comes with saying, I want to be the master of my reality. It's not just, oh, you know, I'm just gonna like just not listen to what people are saying, and I'm not going to take a vaccine, and it's a bit deeper than that. Do you know what I mean? That, like, yeah, you know, like, oh, it's not going to be
that was the best
and you're
impression.
just not thinking about how you're not going to do that.
Exactly.
What makes you think that you can't? Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to know why
Certain
you're not going to have that. You need to know how you're going to maneuver through that. You need to know what you're going to do if the corporation government does say to you that, oh, you know, if you don't take a vaccine, then you
can't have a bank account.
You're not going to be able to have a bank account. I'm not saying these things are definitely going to happen, but based on my research, these are things that are highly likely if things go a certain way.
And also, like I said, anything that sounds, this is kind of where I'm at. Anything that sounds completely like absurd and unbelievable automatically becomes believable for me, because I feel like things that sounded absurd and unbelievable a year ago has happened. So literally, so I'm at that's literally where I'm like at a point where I'm like, anything is possible, but take that same perspective and put it into your own life and say anything's impossible in my life. I'm the creator of my reality, and I will manifest whatever I need for me to live my life through this time. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna be balanced enough, and you know, you're gonna energetically balanced enough to maneuver through this time. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like if you have that perspective on what the corporation's doing, you should also have that perspective on your own personal life. We will have an ebook coming out, which is more going to be about really self-reflection questions that you could be asking yourself to help you begin the process. It will be a free ebook that you can download. So once it's out, we'll put the link. If it's out by the time this comes out, we'll put it in the bio, but it'll be in our Linktree as well, because we just feel like we want to help people to start the process, and a lot of it will start with you asking yourself certain questions and breaking things down, do you know what I mean, to a place where you can understand it. But yeah, we just really want to try and help elevate, you know, the collective as much, especially because I feel like now is such a amazing time for you to investing yourself and visualize the things that you want and putting in the work. Do you know what I mean? Start planting the seeds.
Reposition.
100. It really is. I think it's probably one of the most important times in history for you to look at yourself and reposition. So yeah, really excited for that to come out. We're also going to have some great guests coming on, which we'll also touch on repositioning financially.
It's going to be so good.
It's going to be dope.
Oh my god, it's going to.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're literally going to be talking about how you can have new ideas about how you invest your money and grow your money.
Yeah,
real
100%.
ways to do that.
Yeah, the same way that the corporations do it, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Real shit.
So yeah, thanks for joining us today, guys. We'll be back with another episode next week. We wish you all to be very well. We hope you're finding the content invaluable. Please don't forget to subscribe, select the notification button, like, comment, let us know what you think. But yeah, we'll definitely be back next week.
And also, if there's anything that you want us to touch more on,
just let us know. Yeah, please. All right then, guys. See you later.